Hey guys, this is Tom Box, and today's video, I'm going to show you guys a replay of me clapping a cheater on ranked on Master Duel. This is so stupid. Why would you cheat on Master Duel for one thing? Like, if you get the opportunity, would you? I mean, I guess it's an exploit? I guess a cheat? Whatever you guys want to call it. This guy here, on ranked, this is a plat match. I was at plat 2 at the time, I can't remember. This is no longer exploitable, thankfully. I tested this thing out before. Whether or not it's doable anymore, I don't think it can be, but it did happen once where it came up as a prompt, but now it's gone. Now it's gone completely, which is fantastic, alright? So, I'm playing Grand Maju, he's playing Dragon Maids. Let's just play it through. Pot of Prosperity reveals the works here. Maxi, Ash, Maxi, Gamma, he has everything. Alright. That's perfect. Okay, goes into Chamber Dragon Maid, gets changeover, and passes turn. Okay. End phase. Gonna banish 8 cards from my Gizmek. Okay, here it is. I banish my cards for Potters. I'm gonna slow down here. And he chains a Droll and Lockbird. And it resolved. The part that pissed me off the most was this. It actually worked. It actually stopped me. This is not Droll and Lockbird. This is Ash Blossom, Droll, and Lockbird, because clearly I didn't get the first card, and now I'm locked out. This is like 2 birds with 1 stone. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna clap you anyway. I'm gonna go Danger Thunderbird. And guess what? I discarded my Thunderbird. Well, that kind of ends my turn. Pop and attack, I guess. Not much I can do. Like, my whole turn got ruined. Like, 2 cards? Too bad we can't check what's in the deck. If we can check what's in the deck, I would have seen what I was able to do. But basically, I'm stuck passing turn here. Like, this sucks. I have a Maxi. Great. And he's going Kitchen Gun into Lopar. Ditches the Parlor. Goes into his fusion card. Gets Maxi. Alright. I don't think he's going in that hard either way. Fuses into Sheol. Draw 1. I'm just taking a beating. If I shoot, I can bounce back his card. He's gonna negate. He's just summon more guys out of the deck. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Luckily, Gizmek can come back. I'm like, okay, Gizmek, just give me a top deck. And look at this. Karma is a Get Grand Maju to Iza. Like, this thing is so fat right now. I got 29 cards banished. Like, yeah, you're gonna eat this to the face now. So, Kaiju that off. Summon this. Dump my entire X. I was actually pretty pissed at this point, because now I have I should get twice the amount of games for this, because I'm gonna overkill this loser here. Yeah, get back your shield. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna activate any effects. Get punched to the face for 12,000. That's how you beat a cheater. That's how you clap these guys. But anyways, don't cheat. If you get the opportunity, like get a random exploit, just don't do it. If it's accidental, cool. But if you got a prompt for a Droll and Lockbird for any sort of chain that you're not supposed to draw, then don't do it. Alright? That's just super BM. Okay, so now to wash off that disgusting taste of a cheater, we're gonna go into this really epic match. I'm gonna show you guys how to beat an unwinnable state. It's really interesting. This is one of those times where if you don't have Maxi, you don't have any hand trap, your opponent just pops off. What do? As long as it's not against Drytron, there's always some level of hope. So yeah, I'm playing Drytron. Yeah, you know, who's the villain in this video? But like, he's gonna go first. I have no hand trap. I have to watch him play, and he's going to play Ignister. He's gonna end with Rival Cybers. I was just wondering how far he's gonna go, because Drytron naturally have an out to the Rival Ignister. It's a Borrelsword drag. You play Borrelsword, you can out any big monster. So we're gonna fast forward this, because this combo is gonna take, you know, hours to execute. So he's gonna go into everything. Island into a Chi-Chi. Now they go link off the Cypress Wicked. Activate, summon a Doyon, and banish the Infant. And the Doyon is gonna add back the Hikari. Wicked. Cool. Gets a Bururu. Link these 2 off. Transcode Talker. Summon back a monster. Add back a card thanks to Doyon, because there's just so much recycling capability. Bururu does this thing. Send something to your grave. Wicked. I don't get why he linked off all three like that, but it really depends on what he has in his hand. And this guy is just flexing hard with his Royal Rare. So it gets into the Dark Infant on his own. Dark Infant on his own is going to move over to give space for the triple summon, switches to Divine, so he has all the proper attributes. Guru is summoned back onto the field, and he's proceeding to Synchro summon into Cyber's Dragon, Cyber's Quantum Dragon, and he has a monster reborn. He just has the work. He has everything to extend, so he's reviving a Gachikiri. This Gachikiri, and when it's sent to the graveyard, one thing to keep in mind is that if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target a phase of monster you control, and that target is unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. In other words, he's going to have two Towers-esque monsters on the board. By Towers, I mean they're unaffected by everything. First one's right here, Arrival Cyber's, unaffected by everything. Second one's going to be the attack magnet of Cyber's Quantum Dragon. So let's pause right here. Let's break down the board so we know what we're going to face off against. Why is this unwinnable? First of all, I can't attack either of these two. These two are untouchable thanks to Cyber's Quantum Dragon. As long as while you control a Link monster, your opponent controls cannot target your monsters you control for attack except this one. I'm forced to attack a Quantum Dragon, and once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles the opponent's monsters, you return that monster to your hand. So in other words, I can't punch this with the thing that I want, and I can't generate enough damage. This is more or less unwinnable. So he also has back row. Yeah, that's the other problem. Back row for a Cyber's deck, I think it's either Call by the Grave, one of their quick play spells that can either reborn something, or it's an imperm. Those are like the only cards I would think in mind. And as for the cards in hand, it could be that he has Maxi. You could have hand traps. But knowing that my first card went through, he doesn't have a Maxi. He would have Maxied me on the spot right there. So going to go Zeta. At this point, I'm wondering how am I supposed to even hit this thing? I can't Boral Sword. And like the problem is if I try to use any sort of effect, he could use a hand, like one of the back rows to stop me. Made a slight mistake there. The Gamma had nothing to actually revive, but I guess I did it just to get the extra body. The key thing here is I gotta make the game stay unwinnable for him too. That's my response to him. So I'm gonna summon out my Herald of Ultimateness. I didn't even bother going into the Mu Beta. Instead, I'm going to go into Assembled Nightingale because I've limited on bodies, and thanks to going into the Ultimateness first, I don't have to eat that Imperm anymore. Alright, let's get into it. We're going to swing here. Resolve. Pop that. And like one thing that made it very difficult for me to actually swing into this is because it is immune to everything, and generating a second monster that can attack with Drytron is not that easy. I could have boosted my Herald of Ultimateness, but this would have bounced it back to my hand, and that would have sucked, and then he would have lived, and then I'd lose my entire board because this thing is unaffected by anything. Goes back to me, he's gonna pop my card for free. So I ditched Eva, get myself Orange Light, get myself a Diviner. Can't really summon these two for direct attack because since I can't attack the Lynx, and I don't want to attack the Quantum, I can attack him to the face. So we'll just hit him 3 times. Go into Zeus. Now I give him a choice. The choice is he either has to not kill me and let me wipe his board. Wiping his board still sucks because I don't think he can actually output the damage. But he does have like several cards that really help him out. So he's going to choose to pop the Zeus. I'm choosing not to send everything because if I send everything, if he has any kind of follow-up, my board's dead. And he does. He had Idol Reborn in his hand. He's going to go for the Gachikiri. I'm going to say, no, you don't get to revive it. Because if he gets Gachikiri, he's going to put me in that same lock again. So that was a threat that I can't allow for. That's a suicide. So now he goes into Splash Mage. I'm going to negate the summon because Ultimateness is being ultimate. And I meet you, not going to give him that search either. I don't want to let him have any extenders. And he's forced to play that one last. I'm assuming he actually has nothing left at that point. Because why would you play this unless it's your last card? If you had the summon, you would have summoned already, and then you would have kicked my ass. So he's going to swing into Linkuriboh. He's like planning so many little misplays for me to make. Because if I activate Linkuriboh, I would have just lost and he got a replay. And then he would use this to swing over my monster, and then he can attack over. And then I would be stuck top decking. So instead, I want him to bounce back my ultimateness or leave it on the board. Either way works for me because all it matters is that, yeah, his last card was useless. All that matters for me was that I can revive any of my Drytrons, and once you get the Drytron, this is kind of the bread and butter of Drytron. One card, build the entire board as long as you have Benten. I guess there's a slight difference here. My extra deck, I still have my copy of Mu Beta because I didn't go into it. I decided to go into the direct attacker, which was completely normal for me. And Now it really set this whole board up so that I can actually get everything back. I have to put ultimateness back in the field because I was checking for 2 things. So I go for the Mu Beta, and I'm gonna get my whole board back. But I need to generate enough monsters for 2 attacks at the very least. Because I should be able to push through this with only 3,900 life points left. Key thing to note is check the graveyard for Denmari. Denmari can negate your effect, and that will hurt. And that's why I have to prevent that from happening. I needed to maintain a certain number of negates to do it, and he didn't have Denmari, nor did he have the Cyber's Wind Pegasus. And without the Wind Pegasus, that makes it super safe to swing into his monster, because I don't have to worry about him bouncing my attacker back. So I'm just going to go off, review, get a max, it doesn't really matter. Go for E10. E10 can actually add back my spell card back to my hand. That's why we play E10. And from here, we can take those 2 and go to IP Masquerena, get rid of the body, play the Drytron thing again. Now we go into Natasha. So this is how I'm going to build my board. I loaded my entire graveyard with all the Ben 10s I need. Like if you look at my grave, I have E to 10, Ben 10, and there's probably 2 more Ben 10s. I can steal a total of 4 monsters, but now the Quantum Dragon can be stolen. I don't have to attack into it anymore. So we're going to make a Boral Sword. This is my answer to the Ignister. Gonna grab back the Ultimateness, just in case there's something in the grave that I don't even know about. You know, who reads cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Put it in attack position so that you can get the extra attack. Grab the Natasha, boost my life points back. Go into battle phase and swing over everything. Bounce that back and go for the direct attack. So that's how you turn this game state around. Try to build a survival board. Hopefully your decks also have some level of survivability if you do run into an unwinnable game state, except Drytron. That one's not fair. Ultimateness is not fair with Eva, so that's that. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. Whether it be the first, replay, the second replay, if you guys enjoyed it, smash that thumbs up. And if you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, Master Duel stuff, I'm going to be working on it, in between regular Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.